Good morning, all medicos. This is our first part of MCQs on general pharmacology. By mistake, I post second part previous, and this is first part. Subscribe our channel, like our work, and share it with your friends, your colleagues, and grow with us. Let's begin. Question number 1. The neurotransmitter noradrenaline, adrenaline and dopamine acts through which of the following receptors? Option A, single pass transmembrane receptor. Option B, 4 pass transmembrane receptor. Option C, 7 pass transmembrane receptor. Option D, ligand gated receptors. The correct answer is C, 7 pass transmembrane receptors. Noradrenaline, adrenaline and dopamine acts through G protein coupled receptors, GPCR. GPCR span the plasma membrane as a bundle of 7 alpha helicals. Therefore, they are 7 pass transmembrane receptors. As see this photo and understand what is I want to tell you. Question number 2. Which of the following is an ion channel receptor? Option A, nicotinic cholinergic receptors. B, muscarinic cholinergic receptors. C, beta adrenergic receptors. D, opioid receptors. The correct answer is option E, nicotinic cholinergic receptors. Nicotinic cholinergic receptors, both NM and NN, are of ligand gated ion channel type. Muscarinic cholinergic, beta adrenergic and opioid receptors are GPCR. So the correct answer is option A. Question number 3. All of the following agents act by intracellular receptors except option A, thyroid hormones, option B, vitamin D, option C, insulin, option D, steroid. The correct answer is C, insulin. Insulin receptors belong to transmembrane enzyme linked receptor class and other 3 are intracellular. So the correct answer is insulin, which is not intracellular. Question number 4. All of the following are second messenger except option A, cyclic AMP, option B, guanylyl cyclase, option C, diacylglycerol, option D, inositol triphosphate. The correct answer is B, guanylyl cyclase. Guanylyl cyclase is an enzyme that convert GTP to cGMP. It itself is not a second messenger. Second messengers are diacylglycerol, inositol triphosphate, cyclic AMP, cyclic GMP, calcium, nitric oxide. But guanylyl cyclase is not a second messenger. It converts GTP to cGMP and cGMP is a second messenger. Question number 5. Jack Stott is a single transducer for option A, GPCR, option B, ion channels, option C, transmembrane receptors, option D, nuclear receptors. The correct answer is C, transmembrane receptors. Jack Stott is a single transducer for transmembrane receptors. Question number 6. Km of an enzyme is option A, dissociation constant, option B, the substrate concentration at which velocity reaches half of the maximum, option C, the normal physiological substrate concentration, option D, numerically identical to all isoenzymes that catalyze a given reaction. The correct answer is B. Km of enzyme is rate constant of the enzymatic reaction and defined as the substrate concentration at which the velocity reaches half of the maximum. Question number 7. Uncompetitive inhibitors of enzymes. Option A, increase Km, option B, decrease Km and Vmax both, option C, increase Vmax, option D, only Vmax decrease. The correct answer is B, decrease Km and Vmax both. Competitive inhibitor, increase Km, non-competitive inhibitor, decrease Vmax, and uncompetitive inhibitor, as asked in question, decrease both Km and Vmax. So the correct answer is B. Uncompetitive inhibitors of enzymes decrease both Km and Vmax. Question number 8. Regarding the efficacy and potency of a drug, all are true except option A, In a clinical setup, efficacy is more important than potency. Option B. In the log dose response curve, the height of the curve correspond with efficacy. Option C. ED50, median effective dose of the drug corresponds to the efficacy. Option D. Drugs that produce a similar pharmacological effect can have different level of efficacy. The correct answer is C. ED50 of the drug correspond to the efficacy, but it is not true. ED50 is a measure of the drug potency, not efficacy. All other options are true. Always try to remember true options because they can asked in a next question form. Question number 9. A true statement regarding inverse agonist is that it. Option A. It binds to the receptor and causes intended action. Option B. It binds to the receptor and causes opposite action to that of agonist. Option C. Binds to the receptor and the cause no action. Option D. Binds to the receptor and cause submaximal action. The correct answer is B. Binds to the receptor and cause opposite action to that of the agonist. Inverse agonists are drugs which have an affinity for a receptor but the intrinsic activity opposite to that of an agonist. Type of drug and their intrinsic activity. Agonist, one intrinsic activity. It means bind to the receptor and causes intended action. This is option A. Partial agonist, 0 to 1 intrinsic activity. Binds to the receptor and causes submaximal action. Option D. Competitive antagonist, zero intrinsic activity. Binds to the receptor and causes no action. Competitive antagonist. Option C. And inverse agonist, 0 to -1. Binds to the receptor and causes opposite action to that of agonist. Option B. So the correct option for inverse agonist is option B. What is affinity? Ability of the drug to bind with a receptor. What is intrinsic activity or efficacy? Capacity of a drug to induce a functional change in the receptor. Question number 10. When two different chemicals act on two different receptors and their response is opposite to each other in the same cell is called as. Option A. Physiological antagonism. Option B. Chemical antagonism. Option C. Reversible antagonism. Option D. Pharmacological antagonism. The correct answer is option A. Physiological antagonism. Example: histamine act on H1 receptor and cause bronchoconstriction. Adrenaline act on beta 2 receptor and cause bronchodilation. Thus, histamine and adrenaline are physiological antagonism because they are two different chemical and act on two different receptor and produce opposite action of each other in the same cell. So, an example of physiological antagonism. All these questions 1 to 10 are lengthy questions and options are very long. So, read carefully and read again, revise this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel. You should prepare for NEET PG, next FMG with us. Grow with us. Share our video with your friends, your colleagues, so they can also grow. Like our video and put your suggestions in comment section.